Steroids or anabolics? Which one do you take? What are they? And what's the difference? Is there a difference? Miami Life and Fitness, today's video. Alright guys, so in today's video we're going to be talking about steroids or anabolics. The word steroids is so misused and people just take it way out of context, and I'm kind of just sick of it. So people stop being ignorant and start talking and speaking and expressing yourself properly. Alright, so when you think of the word steroids, what does it really mean? Because steroids is a word that's very misused, and I'm sick and tired of people being ignorant about it. When you talk about steroids, there's a very large and broad subject because it could mean anything. The first thing they give you when you go to the hospital when you have an allergic reaction is a steroid. It's a corticosteroid, which is a corticosteroid. It is a steroid family. When you have asthma, any asthma medication, which is obviously going to help you breathe, it is also a steroid. So when you're talking about the word steroid or anabolic, so what you really are referring to when you're talking about somebody who's a bodybuilder, somebody who's trying to build muscle, is the anabolic part of it. Anabolics help to stimulate muscle growth. But you can't just say, oh, she's taking steroids. Yeah, I'm taking albuterol because I have asthma. Shh. Okay, yeah, okay, so are you gonna insult me because now I have asthma because I take steroids? I take a steroid that was prescribed to me from the doctor? You know, people are so ignorant these days and just want to merge everything together. You don't know if a person actually has amazing genetics, who's 25 years old and has an amazing freakish body, and you can't just label people and put a label on them and assume that they take anabolic steroids, because the word is actually the steroid anabolic. Okay, because they're anabolics. They're still in the broad family of the steroids, but you just can't lump everybody in one and say, oh, they're on steroids. Because first of all, that shows you that you're an idiot and you don't even know what a steroid really is. Okay, but when you take anabolics for whatever reason, it is an enhancement and it is to increase muscle growth for whatever reason. Whether you're an endurance athlete or an Olympic athlete or a bodybuilding athlete, it is for recovery and muscle growth. The faster you recover, the faster you can get in the gym the next day and do it again and tear more fibers because you're gonna recover. Okay, these are the benefits of being on anabolics. The problem is that people have abused anabolics and then have given it a bad name, and then they go, oh, all of a sudden that person's on steroids. Yes, steroids have a bad name because people have abused and misused, and it had really high doses of taking anabolics. But if people take a proper dose, proper cycle, and do things correctly and only take what's necessary based on your blood results and your hormonal panel, then you shouldn't abuse steroids. Now, yes, we all know that the big guys, when they go to the Arnold and the Olympia, we already know that those guys are using large amounts and high doses of anabolic steroids. Is that safe? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But the people that say that they're not safe and the people that point the finger that they're on steroids are the same ones that are clapping when the big guy wins. So who are you really clapping for? So are you against it or are you for it? Because even professional athletes take all kinds of enhancements, anabolic enhancements and PEDs, but you're the one clapping on the 10th row paying $500 a ticket to a baseball game when all those guys are on enhancements. So what are you really clapping for? I honestly do believe that back in the day, yeah, people use large doses, but I don't believe that they use large doses that they do today, because back in the day, people relied more on food and actual training, and taking anabolics, yes, but it was mainly food and training. Nowadays, people are doing it backwards and they're relying more on anabolics and more on higher doses and basically abusing and taking doses that they shouldn't be taking, and they're relying less on properly training and less on eating correctly, and they're kind of just eating junk and shit, and instead of trying to stay leaner. They're doing also more cardio, and they need faster recovery, because when you put your body under that much stress, doing that much cardio, and you're eating junk food, your body is under a lot of stress. And not only that, but when you are abusing the dose and taking too high doses, you're also abusing the body, because there's no way a person is actually going to be able to use up all of the anabolics and all the high doses that you're taking. If you're not using it up, it's just going to sit there. So that's actually not a healthy thing either. So the main thing is we have to do things properly, do things safely, do only as you need for whatever your goal is, and whether you're competing or not, whether you're a pro or not and what category you're in. You only have to take the specified doses that are needed in order for you to grow. Some people grow with a little bit of Anavar and a little bit of D-bol. Other people grow, they need more substances. But you know, it really all depends. There is a way to do things right and to do things safely by only taking what you need, especially as you get older, because now you're under a hormonal replacement therapy regimen, and now it's a completely different ballgame than something you took when you were 28 years old, because now you need it for necessity and medicinal reasons, and so you do need hormonal therapy. And I think when people wrap the head around and leave out the brainwashing of that person's on roids, but you actually wrap your head around and embrace feeling better, having faster recovery, better digesting food, better sleep, better overall skin, tissue rejuvenation, everything, etc., faster muscle and tissue repair, then it's actually a necessity as you get older, because we want to restore the hormones because you are at a lack of hormones. So embrace it is actually a great thing, and if you do things safely, there is very little risk. You should only take what you need, and if you think that you have something to say about what I just said, write it down. Let's get controversial, because I doubt you're gonna have 1/4 of the knowledge that I have. So that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed that. People, stop calling them steroids, because your little sister who's 10 may be on asthma medications, and what are you gonna tell the world? My sister's on steroids. Shut up and stop being ignorant. It is an anabolic cycle, and people only need to use what they really need. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the super thanks if you found value in this video and I provided some type of information and knowledge to you. Then the big heart in the bottom with the dollar sign and show your thanks. I really have my appreciation. And at the end of the month, we're gonna be doing the Q&A. If you have any questions, comments, also email me for training and coaching. If you have any questions or you want to set up a consultation for whomever, yourself, your wife, your husband, or even your kids. MiamiLifeAndFitness@gmail.com. Watch one of these 2 videos.